everyone bows and curtsies to the king, and no one moves a limb, a muscle, when Camilla passes.
The ability to have somebody who is kind of epitomizes what you think your country stands for.
Royal families will always capture the admiration of the public, as they are often seen as perfect.
And no one moves a limb, a muscle, when Camilla passes. And that was because they were angry with Camilla. They were furious. And not only that, Kate and William were angry too. And that anger, of course, Harry was angry, that anger went right through that small part of the congregation.
However, disagreements within them are nothing new. Princess Anne and Queen Camilla are far from close friends. From Camilla's relationship with Prince Charles to other controversial issues, Anne has always opposed Camilla. But just a while ago, things took an even more dramatic turn. Anne has reportedly called for Camilla's removal, leading to an unexpected reaction from Camilla. But how did Camilla react to this? Join us as we uncover Princess Anne's call for Queen Camilla's removal and her unexpected reaction. The tension between Queen Camilla and Princess Anne. In May 2023, Camilla became queen, a big moment after a difficult past. She was once called the other woman in Charles and Diana's marriage, but over time, people started to accept her. However, some royal family members, like Princess Anne, still seem unhappy about Camilla's new role. This has caused rumors of tension between Anne and Camilla. Recent developments have led many to believe that Princess Anne might have even called for Queen Camilla's removal, intensifying the already charged atmosphere within the monarchy. Did Princess Anne actually call for Camilla's removal? Stay tuned, we've got the full gist for you. The tension between Princess Anne and Camilla has lasted for many years, but many people do not know the full story behind it. One of the main sources of conflict is Camilla's role as queen consort, a position that Anne has had trouble accepting. Though the public may have slowly accepted Camilla's rise, within the royal family, it's a different story. Princess Anne, in particular, has expressed her discomfort with Camilla holding this prestigious title. Princess Anne's main issue with Camilla becoming queen consort lies in the history of their family. Camilla was the woman who played a key role in the breakdown of Prince Charles's marriage to Princess Diana. This event remains painful for many, especially for Anne, who was close to her late sister-in-law. For Anne, it is hard to accept that someone linked to such a scandal can be granted such a powerful title. Anne has always valued tradition and the royal structure that has been in place for generations. She has consistently defended the old ways of the monarchy, where titles were earned through inheritance and royal duty. For Anne, Camilla's rise is a challenge to these traditional values. It's not just about Camilla as a person, but about how her position goes against the monarchy's principles. Anne sees it as a change that she does not agree with. Another tension is how Camilla's role as queen consort has been seen by the public. Princess Anne knows that many people still deeply love Princess Diana and view her as a central figure in the royal family. Anne may feel that Camilla's new title was given at the cost of public sentiment.
When I started my public life 12 years ago, I understood the media might be interested in what I did.
For many, Diana's memory is too important to ignore.
It's a global fascination with Diana because there's never been anyone like her before, and there's never been anyone like her since. And I think people are fascinated with the enigma of this woman.
Camilla's position as queen consort also represents personal family struggles that Anne would rather forget. The story of Diana's painful marriage to Charles has been a chapter in the royal family's history that is hard to move past. Having Camilla as queen brings back painful memories for Anne. The royal family's image has been shaken, and Anne may think Camilla's new role reminds everyone of the family's past problems instead of helping them move forward. But this is only the tip of the iceberg. The tension between Anne and Camilla runs far deeper. Keep watching to know more. One other thing that has caused the tension between Princess Anne and Camilla has been over their different relationships with the media. Princess Anne has always kept a distance from the press, choosing to focus on her royal duties rather than seeking attention. On the other hand, Camilla has often been at the center of media coverage, especially after her marriage to Charles.
It's wonderful. Everybody here has done their bit, and I'm sure, in 10, 20 years' time, who knows, we might see the end of it. That is the hope for us all, that one day we can.
This shift in public attention could have made Anne uncomfortable. It might have seemed like Camilla was taking over the spotlight, leaving Anne feeling left out. As the press paid more attention to Camilla, Anne could have felt that her own work was going unnoticed, adding to the tension between the two. The media's negative coverage of Camilla has caused further tension for Anne. While Anne has supported her brother Charles, she has also had to deal with the negative press surrounding Camilla, which sometimes overshadowed her own image. The media often reminds the public of Camilla's past, especially her involvement in Charles's marriage to Diana. For Anne, who is loyal to Diana's memory, this ongoing media focus could have been frustrating. Anne may have felt torn between supporting her family and dealing with the media's constant reminders of a painful past. This ongoing attention likely strained their relationship further. Princess Anne is known for being straightforward with a no-nonsense attitude. She has built her public image on being practical and hard-working. In contrast, Camilla has a more polished public persona. Anne might see Camilla's public image as artificial, something Anne has never been interested in. Anne values authenticity and may feel uncomfortable with Camilla's disguised image. For Anne, Camilla's polished public persona might feel out of place within the royal family, where hard work and duty are supposed to take center stage. This difference in how they are perceived by the public could have added to the tension between them. Queen Camilla's role as a fixer in the royal family has always been an issue. Over the years, Camilla has become known for managing the family's public image, stepping in to shape the royal narrative. Anne, however, has always stayed out of the spotlight, preferring to let her actions speak for themselves. Anne might feel that Camilla is getting credit for something that should be a team effort. As someone who has worked hard behind the scenes, Anne might feel frustrated by Camilla's active role in public relations. This could have led to a sense of competition between the two women, with Anne feeling that Camilla is taking too much of the credit. The media's continued focus on Camilla's past has likely frustrated Princess Anne. Each time the press brings up her past, it takes the attention away from the royal family's current work. Anne, who prefers to focus on duty rather than drama, may have grown tired of the constant media fixation on Camilla's previous marriage. Beyond the tension over Queen Consort and media perception, there is one more reason for the tension between Camilla and Anne. Another shocking tension between Princess Anne and Camilla revolves around their differing views on modernizing the monarchy. Princess Anne has always favored traditional ways and values the royal family's long-standing customs. She believes that the monarchy should continue as it has been for generations, focusing on hard work and duty. Anne tends to resist any changes that might disrupt the established system, which often puts her at odds with Camilla's more modern approach to royal life. The difference in opinions on how the monarchy should be rubbed has caused ongoing tension between the two women. While Anne is against change, Camilla has accepted the idea of making the monarchy more modern. As Queen Consort, Camilla has shown willingness to address current issues and support modern causes. She is willing to adjust the monarchy to fit the present time, supporting causes like mental health and protecting the environment. This approach is very different from Anne's more traditional view, where she thinks the royal family's role should stay focused on its main duties without getting involved in new causes. This difference in approach has probably caused disagreements and tension. Princess Anne often says that the monarchy should keep its traditions and doesn't see the need for changes. To Anne, the monarchy's strength comes from its history, not from adopting modern ideas or social causes. She might think that Camilla's efforts to modernize the monarchy are changing its core values. Anne likely believes that making the monarchy more modern could take away from its main goal, which is to serve the people and do its royal duties, instead of trying to keep up with the times. As Queen Consort, Camilla has taken a more active role in changing how the public sees the monarchy. She has been at the forefront of supporting social causes.
5 minutes of reading every day for invaluable benefits for brain health and mental well-being. Just as we always suspected, books are good for us.
Which is different from Anne's more reserved and traditional approach. Camilla's willingness to address modern issues and use her position to support progressive causes may have caused tension, as Anne might think these changes are unnecessary and could alter the monarchy's core values. All these tensions have led many to believe that Anne may eventually ask for Camilla to step down. But what does the title of Queen Consort really matter? And why is it causing problems? The answers to these questions will definitely surprise you. Shocking truth about the title, Queen Consort.
I've got some troubling news about England's royal family.
I know she will bring to the demands of her new role the steadfast devotion to duty on which I have come to rely so much.
In the British monarchy, the title Queen can refer to two roles, Queen Regnant and Queen Consort. A Queen Regnant, like Queen Elizabeth II, is the reigning monarch who inherits the throne and holds sovereign power. She carries out constitutional duties, serves as head of state, and holds authority over government matters, while a Queen Consort is the wife of a reigning king. This title does not give any sovereign power or constitutional authority. Instead, the Queen Consort's role is supportive, involving ceremonial duties and public engagements alongside the king. Queen Consorts are often crowned during coronation ceremonies, but are not ruling monarchs themselves. Queen Elizabeth's decision was due to her understanding of public sentiment and Camilla's non-royal background, combined with the controversies of her relationship with Charles, all of which required a careful approach to ensure that Camilla is accepted by the public. Having understood these, Queen Elizabeth made a major statement during her Platinum Jubilee in February 2022. She expressed her sincere wish that when Charles became king, Camilla would adopt the title of Queen Consort. This was seen as a way to acknowledge Camilla's commitment to royal duties, while maintaining a distinction from a reigning queen like Elizabeth herself. The title Queen Consort was chosen to avoid controversy and show respect.
In a tiny little shed almost. It was Claire and one or two others. There are a lot of sceptics about. People thought, how on earth can these dogs sniff out all these diseases? But as you've seen today, seeing is believing. You watch them do it. I've watched them now.
As some people didn't want Camilla to be called Queen because of her connection to Princess Diana. The reason for Princess Anne's insistence on Camilla being referred to as Queen Consort is largely rooted in the long-standing traditions. Princess Anne is known for her commitment to upholding royal traditions and appears to value the continuity and historical records of the monarchy's roles and titles. But given these controversies, What is King Charles's reaction to the matter? Does the king support Camilla being called Queen Consort instead of simply Queen? Let's find out. King Charles has not made direct public statements about his personal feelings regarding Camilla being referred to as Queen instead of Queen Consort. However, his actions strongly indicate his support for her title. During their coronation in May 2023, Buckingham Palace officially updated Camilla's title from Queen Consort to simply Queen. Charles even issued a royal warrant to ensure her new title would be used in formal prayers and services of the Church of England, showing his support of her elevated status. Despite King Charles's support for it, Anne thinks the Queen's instructions must be followed. With King Charles backing Camilla, the public reaction has been interesting. In terms of public favor, Princess Anne has long been celebrated for her service and dedication to the monarchy. She is widely seen as one of the most hard-working royals, which solidifies her popularity among traditional royalists. She usually has public support.
Yeah, and then I'll take you through
It's where they have all the operas.
yeah, so that tradition continues, which is really lovely. The sequence, I think, of the wolf in her I really love this painting. It's a very strong painting for Brian. Yes, and those bold colours.
Camilla, on the other hand, faced initial resistance. However, as time progressed, perceptions about Camilla changed due to her dedication to supporting King Charles. But that's not all. On the issue of Queen Camilla's controversial marriage to King Charles, a lot of people may be wondering why it has continued to be a cause of tension between Camilla and Anne.
HIV does not make people dangerous to know, so you can shake their hands and give them a hug. Heaven knows they need it.
The answer lies in the complicated history surrounding Camilla's role in Charles's divorce from Princess Diana.
You believe there was a conspiracy to kill Dodi?
They been murdered. Dodi and Diana being murdered, definitely. I am the father who knows everything.
And Camilla's eventual journey to the royal family. Let's take a short walk back to her journey. It's a story you will love to hear. Queen Camilla's journey to royal family. Queen Camilla's journey into the royal family has been one of the most controversial relationships in British history. Her story, linked to King Charles III, has not only drawn public criticism, but also seemed to have caused quiet tensions within the royal family, including with Princess Anne. It all started in the early 1970s when Camilla and Charles first met at a polo match. Their connection was instant, forming a bond that society's rules and royal traditions would soon test. At the time, Camilla Shand was seen as not good to be a future queen due to her lack of noble background and her past relationships. This led Charles to marry Lady Diana Spencer in 1981. It was a union supported by the royal family to improve their public image. Camilla, on the other hand, married Andrew Parker Bowles in 1973, but her bond with Charles quietly continued, affecting both of their marriages. The situation became more complicated as the public and media only recognized Princess Diana. Camilla's role as the other woman made her unpopular, especially after Diana's open 1995 BBC interview where she said, "There were 3 of us in this marriage, so it was a bit crowded."
Do you think Mrs. Parker Bowles was a factor in the breakdown of your marriage?
Well, there were 3 of us in this marriage, so it was a bit crowded.
This statement confirmed Camilla's image in the public's eyes, making her private life and relationship with Charles even more controversial. The 1990s brought great trouble to the royal family. Charles and Diana's very public separation in 1992 and divorce in 1996 left Camilla facing harsh criticism. Many blamed her for ending a marriage that people once respected. The release of the Camilla tapes, where her private talks with Charles were revealed, only added to the scandal.
Those shocking allegations about Princess Diana's death. Authorities now reviewing the new and sensational claim that she was actually murdered by the British government.
Then Diana's tragic death in 1997 made it seem almost impossible for Camilla to ever be accepted into royal life, as the nation mourned its beloved princess. But that's not all. The story definitely gets more interesting. Even with the public's disapproval, Charles and Camilla started to slowly reintroduce their relationship. In 1999, they appeared together at a public event for the first time, showing a gradual change. Over time, Camilla worked to change her image by taking on charity roles and proving she could support Charles in his duties. A big moment came in 2005, when they married in a small civil ceremony. However, even this event stirred issues. Queen Elizabeth II chose not to attend, citing her religious role, and the couple stated that Camilla would take the title Princess Consort instead of Queen, out of respect for Diana's memory. Camilla's rise also seemed to create a strain with Princess Anne.
My mother was the Queen for a very long time, and although you kind of know that this might happen, you don't really think about it very much.
However, beyond Camilla's relationship with King Charles, there is yet another for the tension between Camilla and Anne. It was widely reported that Queen Camilla's ex-husband once dated Princess Anne. But how true is this? Another possible reason for Princess Anne's feelings toward Queen Camilla comes from rumors about Camilla's first husband, Andrew Parker Bowles. Rumors about Princess Anne and Andrew Parker Bowles suggest they were briefly romantically linked in the early 70s. This connection reportedly occurred before Andrew married Camilla in 1973. However, the relationship was not serious due to differences in their religious backgrounds. Andrew was Catholic, which would have complicated marriage prospects with Princess Anne as a member of the Church of England. Despite these early ties, Andrew Parker Bowles later became a godparent to Princess Anne's daughter, Zara Tindall. These rumors have been revived in discussions about possible tensions between Princess Anne and Queen Camilla. Some speculate that Anne may have mixed feelings about Camilla marrying Andrew years later, though this all happened long ago. However, no official of these speculations have been made by the royal family, leaving much of it as gossip. Also, many have always believed that Princess Anne had a special bond with her late sister-in-law, Princess Diana. This might be one reason for the quiet tension between Anne and Queen Camilla, as their shared history is shaped by Diana's struggles in her marriage to Charles. When Charles and Diana married in the 1980s, the world celebrated what seemed like a storybook romance.
One of his most candid interviews ever, Britain's Prince William is talking about the impact of losing his mother. He's hoping to help others by sharing his very personal thoughts.
My mother would have known that she'd been deceived. She was failed not just by a rogue reporter, but by leaders at the BBC who looked the other way rather than asking the tough questions.
But behind the scenes, Diana faced difficulties, especially with Charles's relationship with Camilla. Anne, with her strong moral values, was reportedly sympathetic to Diana's challenges. Over the years, their relationship grew, as Diana admired Princess Anne's determination and independence, while Princess Anne respected Diana's resilience under intense public and personal pressure. Aside from Anne's bond with Diana, Camilla's background may also be a factor. Unlike Diana, who was accepted by the royal family and the public from the start, Camilla faced rejection due to her perceived controversial past. She was not suitable as a royal partner. Both ladies were seen as coming from different backgrounds. This difference speaks volumes about them. Diana is connected to aristocratic lineage, and her beauty made her a celebrated figure, while Camilla was initially seen as an outsider. Many have speculated that these obvious differences are part of why Diana was widely regarded as the people's princess, while Camilla's journey to acceptance has been far more complicated. But what makes Camilla's background controversial? Let's take a closer look. Camilla's controversial background. Queen Camilla was born on July 17, 1947, in London, England. She was born into a well-respected family. Her father, Major Bruce Shand, was a brave soldier who served in World War II and won medals for his courage. Her mother, Rosalind Cubitt, was the daughter of a baron, which gave the family a connection to British nobility. Together they raised Camilla with the values of their social class. Camilla grew up in a peaceful village called Plumpton in the Sussex countryside. Her family's home, the Lanes, was surrounded by green fields and rolling hills. As a child, she spent much of her time outdoors. She loved riding horses and playing with animals, which became a lifelong passion. Her childhood helped shape her strong personality. Camilla went to school like many children of her background, attending Dumbrell's School in Sussex before moving on to Queen's Gate School in London. At Queen's Gate, she was often described as fun-loving. She wasn't the kind to take life too seriously, but had a kind heart. Later, she attended finishing schools in Switzerland and France, where she learned social manners, languages, and other skills expected of young women from upper-class families. This education helped prepare her for life in high society. Camilla was in her 20s when she met Charles. Though both of them shared something special, it didn't last long. Charles left for his naval duties. As for Camilla, life took her to a different direction. Keep watching to happen after Charles left. In 1973, Camilla married Andrew Parker Bowles, a charming army officer who was well known in social circles. Their wedding was a big event, attended by many important figures. Together they had 2 children, Tom and Laura. Camilla embraced her role as a wife and mother, balancing family life with her love for nature. Despite her marriage, she and Charles stayed in touch as friends. Over the years, Charles and Camilla's friendship grew stronger, even as both faced challenges in their personal lives. During the 80s and 90s, their relationship became a subject of public gossip. The media often portrayed Camilla in a negative light, calling her the other woman in Charles's troubled marriage to Princess Diana. These stories brought Camilla a lot of criticism, but she stayed calm and focused on her private life. Camilla's quiet strength became one of her defining traits. While the public judged her harshly, she devoted herself to her family and her passions. She also began working for causes that mattered to her. One of her main efforts was raising awareness about osteoporosis, a disease that had affected her mother. She also supported programs to help children learn to read, showing her caring nature. In 2005, Camilla married Charles after years of public and private struggles. By then, people's views of her had softened. Many had come to see her as someone who truly cared for Charles and supported him through difficult times. After their wedding, Camilla became the Duchess of Cornwall. She took on royal duties, attending events, and working for various charities. She brought warmth and humor to her role, gradually winning over those who had once doubted her. But even at that, the tension between her and Princess may continue for a long time. What do you think about the controversies surrounding Queen Camilla and Princess Anne? Do you think Princess Anne can order for Queen Camilla's removal? Share your thoughts in the comments below. Don't forget to like and subscribe to our channel. Also, click on the next video on your screen. You won't want to miss it.